Alright, after the men's Sooners dropped 2 consecutive games, now they'll try to bounce back. 2 unranked teams, one on the road, 1 at home. The one at home, Texas Tech, who actually last time they came here, Tech beat us. That's not good. Then we'll play in-state rival Oklahoma State in one of the most historic facilities in college basketball, Gallagher-Iba Arena. So that is coming up next. In the preview show, we'll preview Tech and we'll preview OSU. Coming up next. For watching, everybody. First of all, if you know me at all, before we even start the preview show, if you know me at all, I love my Sooners with all my heart, as JR would say, and I do. But this past week, I believe it was Wednesday. Was it Wednesday that we played? Yeah. Was the anniversary of the OSU players that died in a plane crash after flying back from Colorado. That is just sad. I remember that. Wow. Seems to be hard to believe, for me to believe, that it's been that long, but I guess it has. Wow. So we'll have to play with that too. Because their first game back that I know of, their first home game back, will be it'll be Baylor first, and then they'll play us. So that'll be interesting to see how that affects OSU, if the emotions kind of get involved there. But before we play that game, just like Oklahoma State has to play Baylor, Oklahoma has to play somebody, and we'll play Tech as the Sooner men try to bounce back against Tech. Tech, who last year, 14 for 18 last year, 6 for 12 in Big 12 play, lost to the aforementioned Oklahoma State Cowboys, 80-62 in the first round of the Big 12 tournament. They did not make the NCAA tournament. I almost said NCAA tournament. They're head coached by Tubby Smith, who graduated from High Point in 1973. The Tubber has also been got his start here in Oklahoma, actually, at Tulsa, before heading to Georgia, Kentucky, and Minnesota. And now, of course, he's Texas Tech. The Red Raiders of Texas Tech. Returning leading scorers for the Smither, number 14, Robert Turner, and number 20, Todrick Gotcher. Turner averaged 9.25 at the points per ball game board. Rebounding board, he averaged 5.94. In the assist board, he averaged 2.63 assists per ball game. Number 24, Gotcher, averaged at 7.28 points per ball game, while averaging 2.88 rebounds per ball game and 1.19 assists per ball game last year for the Red Raiders. Oklahoma, their half was last year set at 23-10, 12-6 in Big 12 league play. Didn't end up making the tournament. Lost in the second round to North Dakota State, 80-75. They are head coached by Lon Kruger, who is a 1974 grad from Kansas State. Has also played or coached at Texas Pan American. He's been at Kansas State, Florida, Illinois, UNLV, and is now at Oklahoma. The returning leading scorers for the Sooners, number 10, Buddy Hield, and number 11, Isaiah Cousins. Number 24, Buddy Hield, averaged 16.5 points per ball game last year, while averaging 4.4 rebounds per ball game and 1.9 assists per ball game last year for the Sooners. While Isaiah Cousins averaged right at his jersey number, 11 points per ball game, while averaging 4.2 rebounds per ball game and 2.1 assists per ball game last year for the Sooners. As I talked about, then comes the emotional night that the Sooners will return to Gallagher-Iba. Sooners have won down here recently. Actually, they have a winning percentage recently. But you can't let that conduct what you do. I want to say that first. With that being said, let's break this one down. Oklahoma State, Bedlam. 21-13 for Oklahoma's half of Bedlam. 12-6 Big 12 play. Lost to North Dakota State 80-75 in the NC2As. And are coached by former Big 8 Player of the Year, Lon Kruger, graduate of 1974 of Kansas State. Also has some coaching history, has been at Texas Pan American, Kansas State, Florida, Illinois, UNLV, and is now at Oklahoma. Returning leading scorers for the Oklahoma's half of Bedlam. 24, Buddy Hield. Number 11, Isaiah Cousins. 24, Buddy Hield. We'll go with him first. He averaged 16.5 points per ball game last year for the Sooners, while averaging 4.4 rebounds per ball game and 1.9 assists per ball game last year for Oklahoma. Isaiah Cousins also leads the scoring for Oklahoma's half of Bedlam. He averages his jersey number 11 points per ball game, while averaging 4.2 rebounds per ball game and 2.1 assists per ball game last year for the Sooners. Finally, Oklahoma State's half of Bedlam. The northerner half of the state, 25-10 last year, 14-4 in Big 12 play. Lost to Gonzaga, 77-85 in the second round last year of the big-time NCAA tournament. Coached by Travis Ford, a 1994 grad of Kentucky, and was also in this league. Forgot about this from last time we played Bedlam. Was on the 91 team when Norm Stewart and Missouri were here in Norman. So he was the point guard of that team, but graduated 1994 with a couple of Final Four appearances with Rick Pitino at Kentucky. Coach Ford, the coach version of Coach Ford, coached at Campbellsville, East Kentucky, University of Massachusetts, and is right now at Oklahoma State. Before we get to the returning leading scorers of Number 2, LeBron Nash. And number 13, Phil Forte. I have an apology. As I said before in this video, I love my Sooners with all my heart. As JR does. JR would say. But seeing what I saw last time we played these guys, now we don't know if it was Boomer or Sooner, but one of them was throwing popcorn and basically teasing all the OSU people. And what really makes us look bad, not that. We're better than that as far as Oklahoma's concerned anyways, I think. And we need to prove it. And we need to get out there and put a staple on that. But what really makes it look really bad, fellas, is the aforementioned Coach Ford, his wife was in the building when that was going on. And the heckling and all that went along around her. I just hope none of her kids were around. And if they were, and to Miss Ford, I know this is an OU broadcast, but if you could just get this out to them, that I sincerely apologize that happened. This is a rivalry, but that is not called for. That's not called for. And I hope that can stop. I'll just leave it at that. With that being said, OSU's players, turning leading scorers. And number 2, LeBron Nash. And number 13, Phil Forte. That's who they are. LeBron Nash, number 2, last year averaged, 17.97 points per ball game, while averaging 5.90 rebounds per ball game and 4.77 assists per ball game last year for the Cowboys. The Cowboys also had number 13, Phil Forte, averaging 13.27 points per ball game, 1.82 rebounds per ball game, and 1.35 assists per ball game last year for the Cowboys. All right, little extra note for you. There is an extra video coming up for this week because of football. The football recruiting show, I'll put that up also next week, so you can enjoy that if you're a football fan. Let all your friends know. Or let me know if you like it, or any of these videos. Find me on Facebook, Harry James Taylor, or tweet me at SoonerFanOK. Thanks for watching, everybody, and as always, Boomer Sooner, everybody. Take care. Later.